Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 27. Today is 13th of August. Lord Krishna says here, Prakrite kriyamanani gunaiha karmani sarvashaha ahangara vimudatma kartaham idi manyade. Prakrite kriyamanani. Actually, in this world, everything is executed by the material nature. Gunaiha karmani sarvasha. Karmani means actions. Guna means the material nature. The material nature consists of goodness, passion, and ignorance. There are three gunas. All these three gunas influence on your day-to-day articles that you use. What are the things that you use every day? You use water for drinking, food for eating, you read books, you have a time to do different things, you also associate with people, you also go for entertainment, you also do chant some mantras, you have particular friends and relatives, you have a particular type of job. So there are 10 items that you use every day. And in these items, the influence of material nature is present. For example, you use alcohol drinks. In what is in alcohol drinks? The modes of material nature called the mode of ignorance. You may take bubbly drinks, so many sodas and your Fanta, Limca, 7-Up, Coca-Cola. So in those items, what was present is the mode of passion. When you take fresh juices, milk, yogurt, all these homemade drinks, various juices and all, in those, mode of goodness is present. The food, like eating meat, eggs, fish, all these filthy products, they say non-vegetarian. They don't want to say it is shava. Shava means corpse. Why? When they say it is corpse, your appetite will go away. So they say non-vegetarian. So you eat that, you cook at home. When you do that, what is present in that items is the mode of ignorance. You eat varieties of vegetables, but you overspice it, overcook it, burn it. What is the mode present in there? The mode of passion. Sattvic food, semi-spiced or medium spiced, all these things are in the mode of goodness. There are mantras. You chant the mantras of ghosts, goblins, and all these black magic mantras and all, so are in the mode of ignorance. Any demigod worshippers chant the mantras. There are 33 million demigods. Glorifying all these demigods or chanting their mantras done by people who are influenced by Rajoguna. Why? They have material desires to fulfill. Any desires, material desires, are born from the mode of ignorance and passion. But chanting Vishnu mantra, many other mantras related to Vishnu and his incarnations, they are all in the mode of goodness. When you chant Krishna mantra, that is beyond the modes of material nature, which is called Vishuddha Sattva. Then we have books. People read all kinds of books, newspapers, many different kinds of literatures and novels. Those book stories which threatens, frightens, intimidates our existence are situated in the mode of ignorance. There are 6 Puranas situated in the mode of ignorance. There are 6 Puranas situated in the mode of passion. There are 6 Puranas situated in the mode of goodness. And there is Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, which are not in the 18 Puranas. So as you develop desires, the modes of material nature consistently manifest in your mind and make you to work for that. The desire is developed by you and the actions are performed by the Prakriti, material nature. We are not powerful to fulfill our own desires. The material nature's help has to be there. That is what Krishna is telling here. Prakrite kriyamanani gunaiha karmani sarvashaha. All your actions are carried out by the guna coming out of this Prakriti. Prakriti is divided into 3 gunas. But ahangara vimudatma thinks that he achieved all these things. When he loses everything, he remains silent. When he becomes successful, he becomes puffed up. Ahangara vimudatma. Kartaham yadi manyade. Kartaham means done. And he thinks that I have done all these things. But he hasn't done that. He worked, that is there, but he was inspired by the Prakriti. He can only desire, but all desires do not have to be fulfilled by the material nature. Provided we can take care of their actions. When we actually say you can carry 200 kilos of sand or stone, that is outrageous. You can't do that. That is beyond our imagination because you don't have that capacity to lift those weights. So when you desire something, the material nature understands that he is desiring this, whether he is capable to take up that responsibility or not. So sometimes your desires will be baffled. Sometimes your desires would be fulfilled. If you become so religious, persistent, want to continue to endeavor to establish that, yes, the material nature send you the helps and support and get that thing done for you. But after getting it done, we don't need to be puffed up because we have done that. There are many superior beings are going around you to help you, to support you. The laws of material nature is so stringent. We need to learn these actions of the material nature, Prakriti. What is Prakriti? You see, all these seasons are changing. You see the luminaries in the sky at night. You see the sun is rising, moon is rising. You see mountains. You see beautiful forests. You see the oceans which are under control. Then you see the Pancha Mahabhutas, from small quantity to biggest quantity. All those things you see it. Then living entities' existence within this material world. It begins from fish, then trees and plants, then reptiles, insects, bacteria, viruses, then birds, varieties of birds in every country, then animals in all forests, wild animals. But in town and villages and cities, we can see domestic animals. Then human beings, Rakshasas, ghosts, goblin, demigods. All these living beings are within the material nature. And they all have a temporary material body and also a subtle body consists of mind, intelligence and false ego. These subtle bodies no one can see. I know you have a mind, but I cannot see your mind. I know you have intelligence, but I cannot see your intelligence. I know you have an ego, but when it manifests, that is the time only I can say that you have false ego. Because all these things are put in your work. When you put your mental notions in the work, other person can actually think, oh, this person is very thoughtful or a dumb. When your intelligence is exercised, manifesting different things or studying, showing your ingenuity, we can understand you are very wise. This is the subtle body. Consists of 3 subtle elements. Because Krishna said, Bhumir apo nalo vayu kham mano buddhir evacha ahangaram idiyame binna prakriti rashtada. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. All these material elements are my separated energy. So, when you identify with your material body, then the mind would start thinking in terms of material aspect of life. Intelligence will help you to materially develop. The false ego will help you to find that you are this big material body. Elephant has a huge body, but there is no wisdom. All these animals are so fatty and heavy. They control you with their strength. But human beings, with their wisdom, they control the animals. So, though we have external material body made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, but with our mind and intelligence, we can even control the big bodies of animals. They also have intelligence. They also have mind. They also have ego. Lion thinks that I am the king of the forest. Dog thinks that I am the best servant of my master. Elephant thinks that I am a big animal. They all have intelligence. And they also have mind, where they can get their food. The mind thinks, the material body helps them to move to that location where they can get the food. So all these species of life are there. The day and night appears. Everything is set. These all called together Prakriti. We all living beings include within that material nature. However, within this body there is a person. And that person is not belong to this material nature. Lord Krishna says, Apareyam idastu anyam pragritim vidime param. Above this material nature, Prakriti and the elements, there is a superior being, which are souls, trapped in this material body. But they are not part of this material world. They are belong to the spiritual world. They come down to this material world and make these mistakes. Death, birth, old age and disease. It is the rule of the material nature. No matter how powerful you are, whether you are a president or a prime minister, no matter how much money you have in your treasury or in your bank account, no matter how much influential, knowledgeable, and beautiful you are, birth, death, old age, and disease have to be there for all of us. A richest person cannot actually say, I have this much money in my account. Oh disease, don't come. If you come, I will anyway get rid of you by using my money. Disease still will come. Old age still will come. Death will come and take everything away and force you to take birth again. So these are the rules and regulations of the material nature. And material nature is working under Krishna's direction. So we are the superior beings trapped in the inferior material energy. Therefore Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Yadad yonini bhudani sarvanidhi upadaraya aham kridasnasya jagada prabhava pralayastada. All living entities have their source of birth in these two natures, material and spiritual. Thus, you know for sure, I am the source of both material and spiritual natures. And you must know, I am the origin and dissolution of all the living entities and the Prakriti. So this is the statement. And elsewhere Krishna says, Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyade sacharacharam. Don't think this material nature is actually working automatically. I am the programmer. I have programmed it. Why human beings and all the living entities have eyes in the front? Look at the anatomy of everyone. Ears are in the side, nose is in the front, mouth is in the front, hands are in two sides, he can move. Who have created all these bodies? How you don't think there is God who programmed all these bodies nicely? In the tummy, when you eat, the food goes to the stomach. Then there is an intestine. The food is digested because of the fire and air. Then waste water is discharged. Waste food is discharged. And the person, as soon as he eat food, he gets energized. Who created all these things? You see, it is Prakriti's actions. And the Supreme Lord is the person who created all these bodies. And the human form is created by Him from His own image. Therefore, in Bible also, it is mentioned, man is made in the image of God. Human beings' bodies are created in the same image of God. In the human body, wisdom can be manifested, and try to understand one who created this human body and also the living soul within the body. Even living entities are Prakriti, not Purusha. Purusha is only one person. He is God. These scientific knowledges of God, material nature, time, karma, and living entities are not elaborately given any other holy text. Therefore, people are obfuscated, bewildered, confused. So when other person shows his scientific knowledge of God, people, those who are not having that detailed explanation, become envious. Or become a Hindu God, Hindu religion. Oh, we have our own acceptance of God and Prakriti. What is the explanation you have, dear sir? You don't have any explanation. You are missing that. You are only created an ethnic group, and your ideas are imposed to similar people who have the same belief. Anda yadai andair ubagiyamana. A blind leads another blind. There are two blind men walking on the street. One blind man was telling, "Can you help me to cross this road?" Another blind man says, "No problem. Sit on my back." And both of them went and fell into a ditch because both couldn't see it. Sun rises from the east, then it goes slowly to Middle East, to Midwest, then West. Similarly, the scriptural knowledge and knowledge of God has originated from eastern hemisphere of this planet, Bharatavarsha. We must have the name Bharatavarsha, not India given by the foreigners, because that also remains the king, Bharat, from whom this planet got the name Bharatavarsha. From Australia to America, it is called Bharatavarsha, because people were drifted away from the real wisdom. They have created their ethnic groups here and there and there and here, all divided from the real group, and created an artificial philosophy, created an artificial science, artificial intelligence. That never makes you that you are not a human being. In this way, our men all over the world is simply suffering for want of the knowledge of God. Being fanatic, give up the real knowledge. I have seen in America, there are 4 or 5 ladies, they also have sadhu sangha. They're all paid. They just speak about how God is great. In order to explain about how God and His nature is so great, you need to locate Him. You have to locate His personality, His energies. Parasha Shaktir Vivadeva Shruyade, unlimited energies. Swabhavaki, naturally manifest from God. If you don't know the name of God, the person God, how you sit and discuss is simply a hypocrisy. Just like actors, they act because they get money. They sob in front of the camera. They cry in front of the camera. They become angry in front of the camera. They become nice in front of the camera. It's all because of they were paid. So many such artificial religion is preaching. In the heart, there is nothing. Violence, violence, violence. Kill animals and eat them. No compassion for human beings. No compassion for animals. No compassion for anybody. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mattaha paradaram nanya kinchidasti dhananjaya Mai sarvam idam proktam sutre manigane iva. There is no one superior to me, O Arjun. Mattaha paradaram nanya. No. Kinchidasti dhananjaya. Kinchidasti means there is not. Nasti means not. Mai sarvam idam proktam. Everything is in me. As pearl necklace. Everything rests in me. So here is God. Quran says God, 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 God. Muhammad also says I am representative of God. Bible also says God, God, God. Jesus said I am Son of God. Moses said I am chosen. So everywhere, no one declares themselves their God. But this Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he claims that he is God. Do you believe that? If you don't believe that, then you are unfortunate. Why? Because Krishna manifested his universal form on the request of Arjuna. If you are saying all these things, let me see your universal form. And Krishna manifested his universal form instant. Everyone was there in his body. Jesus and Moses and Muhammad was not born that time. Otherwise, they also would have been there in the universal form of the Lord. Just joking. So this is the understanding. So Krishna is the source of Prakriti. We used to give an example. When you see anything that nicely functioning, working, you can see somebody have made that in that way, perfectly managing that, perfectly programming that. But if things are messed up, then you can think there is no manager behind it. Therefore, things are falling apart. Like that, sun is rising on time, moon is rising on time, they are setting on time, and they energize all these fruits and vegetables and herbs. Seasons are changing, winter is coming and going, summer is coming and going, all the seasons are perfectly working. The planets are moving in its orbit. Earth is going in such a speed, 25,000 miles per hour. Even though we are within, we do not know how the earth is moving so fast. These are the laws of God. So your achievements and failure is also Prakriti. So everything is done by Prakriti. So what do we have to do? We just supplicate, surrender, cooperate with that Supreme Lord who created all these things for us. Let us not be a fool to think that we are born from nowhere. We are born because of the Supreme Lord. If He wants to withdraw us and put us in His body, He can easily do it. That is the Supreme Father. A mother and father cannot put us back into their belly. If we petition this to God, God can easily do and prevent our existence completely. You live no more. Come on, in my body back. The soul cannot be destroyed, but the soul will be put into slumber for trillions and zillions of years. Why? Because Krishna's body is made of all spirit souls. As much as our body is made of atoms, His body is made of spiritual atoms, spirit souls. So there are innumerable living entities. And God is one who leads all of us. So that is God. So you want to hear God? Bhagavad Gita, which is preliminary text to the science of God. Second is Srimad Bhagavatam. So learn about God and His energies and His Prakriti. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.